I started Googling um, some news about President Clinton because I knew that he'd suffered from very serious heart disease and he'd been helped by a doctor with a revolutionary new approach to heart disease. And that brought me to the work of Dr. Dean Ornish and Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, who pioneered plant-based, low-fat diets for heart disease. And I found that they actually had amazing results. I ordered their books through the mail and I read them. And Dr. Dean Ornish particularly did research which was published in the well-known medical journal The Lancet, in which patients who went on his diet, which consisted of purely vegetarian, mainly vegan food, but also very low fat intake, 10%. The typical European and North American diet consists 40 to 50% of the energy or the calories we take in are from fat, which is a very high figure, and fat is in so much of the food. So his diet is also revolutionary because it reduces the fat down to 10% instead of 40 to 50%. And by the way, a lot of the 40 to 50% is the bad kind of fat, saturated fat that comes particularly from red meat, from dairy products. So his diet was very low levels of saturated fat, but also the total fat very low. And I tried his diet straight away, and it was tough. It was very tough. It was also whole grain, plenty of fruit and vegetables, minimal or no sugar, and I went on it for a month. It was a bit Spartan, as I say, but I stuck with it, and at the end of the month I got my cholesterol checked, and I was amazed. I had the lowest cholesterol I ever had in my life. It went down from 5.9 to 4.45, which is, for people who are used to seeing cholesterol results, that's a phenomenal reduction. And also I began to feel better straight away. I felt more energetic. I felt my clothes were less tight. I hitched up my belt by one notch, and so I could feel it was having a very big effect on my body, but it was tough going. But the very fact that I got such a big change made me continue with it. So that was really the start of my searches.